This is Blackwatch with Commanding General Yahanna, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he make man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
We don't need a black man in the White House. We need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Blackwatch. Let the show begin.
Most High in Christ. Commander General Yahanna, you with us? No sweat, sir. Cop it up for Commander General Yahanna. He'll be here any second now. We're here with General Mayat. Give him a hand. Officer Morale. Officer Yediah. Officer Ibad. What's the trooper's name again? Say again? Nabar. Officer Trooper Nabar. Give him a hand, man. We holding it down for tonight. Commander General Yahanna will be here very shortly. Everybody tune in. Let everybody know to tune in on Facebook. Let them know how to find us on YouTube. How does everyone find us on YouTube, Yediah or Morale?
I.S.U.P.K. Blackwatch.
Go ahead.
I.S.U.P.K. Blackwatch. If you type that in, it will pop right up.
You have to type in I.S.U.P.K. Blackwatch. It's a little. Come on.
Or I.S.U.P.K. Or I.S.U.P.K. Blackwatch News, and either or will pop up.
I.S.U.P.K. Blackwatch News. Type it in. Let everyone know to come type it in. Let them know where we are right now, so that they can find us and find God. Let everyone know about it. Put it on Facebook. Share it on social media. Commander General Yahanna will be here very shortly. Yediah, give General Hazayan a hand. He just walked in the room, coming to get it on. Damn right. We're going to talk about General Hazayan, an important mission that he went on to. Him and Captain Akkad did a hell of a thing, a takedown for this nation, man. It's going to benefit so many brothers. We'll get into that. We'll get into the stories. Officer Yediah, let's do it.
Colonel Khan, sir. Look at his face. South Carolina man left bloodied by cops. Sioux City for false arrest, and Congressman for defamatory Facebook posts about incident.
Keep reading. Now, once again, this is a story that has not changed since the Black Lives Matter movement supposedly was on the move and on a march to stop these kind of incidents. But in actuality, they were on a march to make Joe Biden president. Mm-hmm. So now that Joe Biden is president, everyone is ignoring the brutality of the police force, of the police forces all over America, except for Commander General Yahanna, man. The I.S.U.P.K. has weathered every administration since 1969.
That's right, sir.
We have seen them all rise and we have seen them all fall, all of them. We were there when Bill Clinton became president, and everyone said, now black people finally have a champion who smokes weed and plays the saxophone. We were there for George Bush. We were there for both George Bushes, two Bushes, Mayat. Yeah. Then there for Barack Obama, who Louis Farrakhan and the GOCC said was the savior and the black messiah for black people. The GOCC fake Israelite group and Louis Farrakhan said that. And we saw Barack Obama come and go. And then we saw Donald Trump come and go. And now we're going to see Joe Biden come and go. And Lord allow, we won't have another oppressor, because our king will return and give this planet the one thing it's always needed: good government.
That's right.
That is coming. Well, here we go again. The police are constantly committing murder every day except now no one cares because a Democrat is in the White House. So let's read about another ubiquitous story of the police murdering an innocent black man or assaulting an innocent black or Hispanic man.
Sir, if I could,
Please.
real fast. Didn't they say Sleepy Joe was going to bring police reform?
That's what I heard.
I know I heard the police reform thing. And Sleepy Joe was going to headline it or champion it for police reform.
And what's that one? His vice president, I forget her name, Kamala, with the damn tennis sneakers and the Greek fraternity that was going to change everything.
I don't come.
Meanwhile, you will not hear about these stories if the UPK doesn't bring them out.
Damn right, sir.
Because there is no political advantage for your preacher to talk about these stories. But the advantage that we get in the UPK comes from the Most High God. And so we will do our job as we have done through every presidential party, every new administration since 1969. Officer Yediah, you need help over here? Go ahead.
One of the two brothers arrested in Rock Hill, South Carolina in June has filed a lawsuit against the city and U.S. Representative Ralph Norman, who represents the region. The June arrests of 34-year-old Travis Price and Ricky Price were filmed by a bystander and shared to a Facebook Live, sparking outrage. Travis Price filed the lawsuit on Monday in York County Civil Court, alleging that defamation and false arrest and malicious prosecution. He has also filed a defamation claim against Norman, the Herald Online reported. Price was initially charged with hindering police activity as officers investigated his brother Ricky, although the charges were later dropped and a Rock Hill police officer involved in the incident was fired and charged with third-degree assault and battery.
So this brother, and listen, and they always do this. All of these charges always get dropped. I mean, they're so disgusting. The police charge so many people, and brother, I think maybe less than half of them anyone will ever press any charges on, because the district attorney, who cares more about their job, they're not willing to push the case forward in most courts. So the cop will beat you half to death for committing some crime, and the DA is going to drop the charges anyway because they don't have enough evidence to even convict you. But a cop is going to beat you to death over the same crime that he knows he can't prove you did anyway. That's what happened in this case. The cop gets fired and his brother gets damn near beaten to death. What do we have in your diet? Video or footage or something? Let's see the photographs of the cat, man. This is them beating the brother. They came to arrest his brother. God forbid you ever, here's what you can't ever ask a cop. Why am I being arrested? Yeah. Somehow that angers them to no end, my yacht. Like, I've never understood that. They come to arrest you, Shalom Warrior. Give it up to Officer Ashton walk in the door, get it on. Hardcore warrior down here in Philly. Somehow asking the cop, why are you arresting me, is just an F you to him. Like, he looks at that as if you cursed his mother. Why am I being arrested? It's just going to cause you to get all of the teeth knocked out of your mouth or to get killed. That I don't understand. I've never understood that, because it would seem to be the most obvious question that anyone would ask.
Logical.
At this time. Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest. You cannot ask why you're being arrested. You just have to get arrested, and we'll go into the real reason why in a second. Keep going.
Conor Khan. According to the lawsuit, Travis Price was detained.
We have problems here today with Commander General Yohana. We good to go? Okay, so like I didn't know. Go ahead. Go ahead.
According to the lawsuit, Travis Price was detained, violently arrested, assaulted, and subjected to excessive use of force, searched and imprisoned, then forced to pay a bond and find legal counsel as the result of the incident.
And so this is the video. We don't have video of his face and none of that, right? This is the video we have. That's them beating this cat to death right here, giving him a good stern beating for nothing, for charges that are just going to be dropped later on, Haas.
Sir, if I could, do they ever say, Yediah, why they stopped his brother? What's the original charge? What they stopping for? Did they say? They all over this cat here. Got a dog or the dog was on standby.
Oh, my Lord.
They got a dog. The dog was on standby.
He just says he was being investigated.
That's it, House. It's an investigation. They went to question him, House. The brother had the nerve to say, why are you questioning my brother? God. Crack, get the dog, kill him. Because, give me the next story about how the studies prove that a cop treats a black person and a Hispanic person more rude than they would a white person. Let's go to that story next.
Go. Black drivers receive less respect from police officers, study says.
See, now we're going to get to the real reason all of this happens. And this reason is hard to understand because you can't march this away and you can't legislate this away and you can't vote somebody new in to change the hearts of the police. It's something that you cannot control. You can't do anything about it because the change that you would have to make is so fanatical that if you did it, they say you were in a cult. Yep. That's how extreme the kind of change you would have to make is in the police force. The change is so extreme that if you did it, they would say you're in a cult, man, because that's how big the change has to be in the police force. You have to change their hearts because there is something in the heart of a cop and the administration, the chiefs of police, the mayors, they seek out this kind of person. Some people always say the police need more training. Here's what they don't understand and even asking that. What they don't understand is the process to hire a cop is looking for this kind of person. The process itself is trying to find someone who has a deep-seated anger of the poor. They are looking for that man, and they're going to make you fill out things, fill out the application, test you psychologically, not trying to weed out murderers, but trying to make sure to the best of their ability that they get someone who hates poor people. Because that is the true job. And you'll find it out because any one of you that makes it through the police academy and the police force who does not hate poor people, they'll know that their process failed at this one. The process failed. We got to get rid of him. We got to get rid of these cops in Brooklyn. Got to get rid of General Hazayan. Got to get rid of other brothers, all who are former police officers, because the process is supposed to weed you out. Somehow you made it in, and we got to get rid of you because they want people who hate poor people to be cops. Or else, how do you explain this happening in every city? Not one city, not just Republican cities, but Democratic cities, Republican cities, cities with black mayors, cities with white mayors. The city is irrelevant. There is a way that they choose cops that tries to the best of their ability to pick someone who hates poor people. Yediah, prove it.
Barack.
Before you jump off of it, if I could, real quick, Joe. Damn right. If I could, what you saying is so heavy and so right in that black people don't realize that the whole entire world is being taught to hate us. Like we're being taught to hate blacks, and they're being taught to hate blacks and Latinos, and taught to make blacks and Latinos the unofficial permission to abuse. Like they have to pause if they abuse somebody else. But when it comes to blacks and Latinos, it's like a unwritten subconscious rule that this is where you vent your anger. This is who you beat the hell out of. This is who you abuse. They deserve it. Another thing too, if I could, real quick, another thing they don't tell you, man, is about the revenge that some of these cops have on people. Like these cops see somebody from the neighborhood that they don't like or that told them something or got away with a case. A lot of times they can't stand that. And they go see him and they run up on him and make it an almost impossible arrest. And again, without them cameras, it would be so many black men dead. Latino men dead without them cameras. Without them cameras, man, they'd be killing like wildfire. And if they ever get to cut them cameras off, it's game over. I just wanted to add that.
what Commander General Yohanna is saying is so true. And in essence, okay, when a few good cops came in who would turn in their partner for witnessing him break the law and violate someone's rights, those good cops would be encouraged and they would rise up through the ranks, and their example would change all of the police force. But instead, those good cops are belittled and crushed and forced to leave so that only the bad cops exist.
Right.
That is what otherwise, you'd have to explain to me why this is so prevalent no matter where you look. The politics of the city is irrelevant. It's something. It's something in the cop. It's something in him. And if it's something in the cop, it's the kind of cop they choose. It's the kind of cops that they want to choose to do this job. The kind of cop that hates poor people. And Salaki Yedaya, please read. I apologize.
Wait. Before you go on, I just want to throw one quick one in. Remember Serpico? That's the big one. Like back in the 70s, they had police officers. Back in the 70s, police officers had especially detectives, had the free will to go out and investigate any case they wanted. They would investigate it independently or with their partner. They shut all of that down. They made sure that they had a better control on who cops were arresting. I mean, who cops were investigating, so that they could get rid of all the cases that was giving them political problems and push those cases towards us. And a lot of cops got killed for trying to just do the right thing with the right or wrong. They got murdered by other cops. That story of Serpico became so famous because it was so incredible when the public finally found out how corrupt cops was just not allowing you to shut down all the madness they were doing when it came to other people. But when it came to blacks and Latinos, they was given the opportunity to totally murder. I mean, they became famous for throwaway guns and things like that. And that taught all new officers that there's certain people you could arrest and there's certain people you cannot arrest.
That's it.
A lot of people.
Everyone should go look up what Commander General Yohanna just brung out about Serpico in the South Bronx of New York. That's an important story. That's before they strangled that brother to death in Brooklyn. Before Amadou Diablo, some cop was trying to turn in other cops who were robbing drug dealers. The cops tried to shoot him, and his superiors pushed him off the police force. And that's that. And once again, they encourage bad behavior on every police force in America, in the UK, in Trinidad, wherever the chosen people of God are. Officer Yedaya, Salaki. Was there anything else, sir?
Right. No, that was it. Go ahead. Water.
Yeah.
It says a recent American Psychological Association study revealed that police officers speak to black drivers in a more disrespectful tone during traffic stops than the way they speak to white drivers.
Now that's a scientific study, sir.
Damn.
Like that's not hyperbole or tough talk or one West speak or what we perceive because of our religion. That is scientists who have studied this for years.
Yep.
Salaki, go ahead, you done. Any more?
Come. The study analyzed body camera footage from more than 100 police officers and used 250 audio clips from unarmed mid-sized U.S. cities and revealed that officers spoke to black men in a tone of voice that conveyed less warmth, respect, and ease in comparison to white men.
That's it. Now that's undeniable, man. That's science. That's undeniable. They've proven it. Now, here's the key, if I could, sir. Why are cops so rude to black people? Why are they so rude to Hispanics? Here's the key. Because they want to provoke you. That's the point. Like, and as you're a black man and you see this cop coming over to you, treating you, like you're a punk. That's what it feels like. It feels like this cop is coming over to you, treating you like you are a punk. And you're wondering, like, what in the hell is he doing this for? Like, why is he doing this? And because you're not a punk, you answer him like a man.
Damn right.
And then he has right to kill you, according to his corrupt mayor and his corrupt police chief. Now he can murder you.
That's right.
The point is he wants to kill you. And so he has to provoke you into giving him justification to murder you. Why are cops so rude to black people? Because every cop that pulls over a black person is looking for the opportunity to kill him. That is what he wants. As he's at your car, just know he's not here to make sure that there's no speeding on the road, to make sure that there's no double parking, to make sure that no one here has a windshield, has a, what's the thing called, Haas?
A crack. Oh, the freshman.
His job is not, he's not on a mission to make sure there are no air fresheners hanging from rearview mirrors. He is here hoping that he can disrespect you enough for you to disrespect him enough for him to kill you.
That's right.
Because that's why he was hired. That is the point. Salakia, sir.
Listen, you're right. That is exactly the whole point. Because once again, this whole society has taught the world to hate blacks and Latino. I told you this: any Benjamite that is listening to this radio show right now can attest to this being true. If you a Benjamite coming from another country, when you get ready to come up to the U.S. and everybody and your family and friends and everybody knows about it, you are told, don't mingle with the U.S. blacks. You are told to look at the U.S. blacks and to stay away from them. They're nothing but trouble. That's what's being taught among the Benjamites. Now, we just know it because, of course, we are among the tribes. But this is being taught to every heathen around the world. Like, we don't understand the spiritual hatred that is set in this earth for the Lord's chosen people. And that's why we can't figure out the solution. You trying to be another nation among all the nations in the world society when you don't fit in with the world society, because the world society is seeking to wipe you the hell out. They seeking to push you out of the world society, and they'll lie and pretend and all of that. But brother, every corporation that's out here, these corporations you are money, you are cattle, you are everything that puts money in their pocket, and they are not about to wake you up and show you love. And don't nobody show their sheep or cows love when they know they got to take them to the slaughterhouse. You might have a little compassion for them, but you ain't gonna say, I'm not gonna kill the cow because, I love my cow. You're gonna kill the cow because you're gonna feed your family. And what black people don't know is 400 years of the world feeding themselves off of you has put you in the position of being eaten by their cattle. And now you wondering, well, why I ain't being treated equal with everybody else? The only way you become more than cattle is you need like sheep got to have a shepherd to get rid of the wolf. And Christ is that shepherd. Like, he's cutting the damn wolf off. You understand? And unless you come to Christ, you don't have the protection of the shepherd. You don't have the shepherd going out there with the wolf in the middle of the night and stopping the wolf. You don't have that shepherd. So the shepherd just lives off of you. He just stays in the woods and he lives off of you. And the problem is, when you are in the ghetto and poor and suffering and uneducated, you don't know that you're the sheep. Black people and Latino people can't fathom that this entire super rich, super powerful, super militarized country is all based on their slavery today. Not yesterday, not a week ago. Today, it's based on their captivity. They have no idea that that's the case. You have no idea that this entire country would fall apart tomorrow if these 12 tribes return back to the Most High.
Yep.
You have no idea. Can I just get 2 quick scriptures on it?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yediah, get me the scripture where the Lord said if Israel turned back to him, he would remove our oppressor. I'm paraphrasing immediately, if you know that one. That one is an old school. I know I'll be pulling them old school ones. So like,
they return them
if you can't, if they would return unto me, he would remove our enemies from before us. That one, and there's so many. Like, look how they doing this guy. Like this Latino brother. Like, this is what they are taught. And if I could, one last time, I saw it firsthand as a young man. I couldn't believe it when they arrested a friend of mine in a car chase. I'll never forget that incident for the rest of my life. This brother, all he did was run in the car. Eventually, he stopped. They dragged him out of the car, and about 40 cops beat this brother mercilessly. He never walked or talked or functioned normally again. You see a lot of these brothers all busted up, and they paraplegics, and they got issues, and you wonder what the hell happened to them. Some of them incidents is because every cop got to ventilate all his anger on that brother. Like, they teach cops to be emotionally angry against blacks and Latino. They tell you in the academy they teach you to be professional. But when you come out of the academy, the other cops teach you, damn that, you got to be aggressive, which means they got to be emotionally full of hatred towards the Lord's chosen people. And as a result, they abuse and abuse. And every cop that hits a suspect in handcuffs, I mean, even one punch is supposed to be fired and charged with assault. Every single cop. And if you did that, you would eliminate a third of the police force. You understand? Like, they out of control because they are the taskmasters tasked with abusing the hell out of the Lord's chosen people. And here's the other proof, of course. The other proof, of course, is they never look at them trample that sister. Damn. And the proof is they never do this to any other nation. Like, you see how they rolling with them horses? They would never do this. You got other groups that protest all the time. They never do that to other groups. They never abuse them in wholesale fashion like that. And then if one white person or something gets out of line, they'll beat the hell out of him and abuse him. They'll put that tape up to try to make it look like they're doing it to everybody. Like, that's assault. Like, that right there, that's 3 assaults right there. Listen, and now that he's down and they're expecting him to continue to walk, this is abuse. Listen, look at this. Look at this. And of course, they'll put the tape of the Edomite, but a black man will get twice as much as that. Twice as much as that. And which is why we got to turn back to the Most High. Sorry to run on, y'all. We got to turn back to the Most High, man. We turn back to the Most High and come together, boy, oh boy. It's going to be a different day in America because they'll have nobody to beat up anymore.
I'll just return them to.
That's it, y'all.
If I could, General, what you saying is so heavy, sir. I remember this one time when these cats came out of the bar. I think I might have said this before, and it was all Edomite, all oppressors' sons, and they was drunk after this football game that the Eagles lost. When I say they wanted to fight, them cats trying to square up against us and fight, literally. Yeah, I was putting some of them down, but I had you straight on putting them down. I said, I guess I'm supposed to be the police and have more of a bigger, better mindset. When these cats was squaring up with us, trying to scrap, we go to court. They show up in court, suits and ties and lawyers, right? So I'm all right, cool. The DA said, the 88 said, can you wait outside? I'm gonna call you next. So I wait outside. I'm like, yo, they ain't called me yet. It's taking too long. And I'm waiting. Then they call me back inside. I said, what's going on? Judge dropped the charges. He dropped the case. I said, what you mean? Because they came in there with lawyers and suits and they were saying they were sorry. I said, are you kidding me? And I said this out loud. I said, are you kidding me? And I said, I don't want to cuss or use the word. I said, them MFers tried to fight us. Like, they was throwing blows at us. And if I'd have put one of them when they, wasn't really hurt with them, then I'd have had excessive charges on me. And I said it out loud in court. Everybody looked at me. They looked at me, and the judge was just looking at me like, will you please stop? And I was pissed off. And that's the train. And if it was a young brother, he'd have got all them charges, man.
Listen, and if I could, Haas, that was them attempting to train you. Yeah, that was them trying to train you on who you can abuse and who you cannot. That's the training. That's the real training, the real witchcraft that goes on in the empire. Like, that's the training to get you to make sure that you pause when it comes to them Edomites, and to get you to try to make sure you remember then more than likely these Edomites are going home. But when it comes to a black man, I mean, how many times do black people get charged for assaulting a police officer or resisting arrest simply because, like General Muhammad brought out earlier, simply because you asked, why are you arresting me? What did I do? And because of that, they beat the hell out of you. And because they know it's illegal to assault you like they do, then they turn around and say, you know, we'll like, see that? He put the knee on the neck. You see how the other cop pulled his knee off? Go back a little bit on that, Marah. Like, he put his knee on the cat's neck. But because that's an Edomite, if it is an Edomite, it looked like an Edomite. The other cop yanked his knee off and looked up at the camera. You got to get that. Watch this tape closely. You see his knee on his neck. He got his knee on his neck. He's choking him to half to death. Go ahead. Now watch. Watch the other cop. The one. Look at this. His knee, put his knee way up on his neck. Now watch the cop to the right. See him pull his knee off? Pull his knee off, and look, that's an Edomite. Yeah. Pull his knee off because he know that move to that knee was to murder that man. And he yanked it aggressively off of his neck, which show you they know what they doing.
God.
And if it's a Jake, they don't give a damn. Okay? And that pepper spray they spraying is illegal. That's bear spray. Cops ain't supposed to be spraying bear spray out. They're supposed to be using mace. That brown spray, that's bear spray. Look at it. Watch it again. Watch it again. He got his knee on him to pull him down. Now he getting him in handcuffs. He have him in the handcuffs. He yanks the knee off while he finishing the handcuffs because he already know what's about to happen. That is the proof that they know what the hell they doing now. Listen, he in the midst of a riot. This ain't even a regular arrest. This the midst of a riot. And in the midst of a riot, he still had the wherewithal to snatch his partner's knee off his neck. It's ridiculous.
Amazing.
It's ridiculous. And we don't understand the hatred, but because we want to love these people so much, because we want to join them, because we want to be part of the empire so bad, we don't understand that these people are not for our best interest. There's the Edomite on the left. That's a devil. This is some protest that these devils is involved in, and they're going to make sure they respect them, and that's why they respected them at that Capitol. That's why, and I hope you get that story as well, because that was the good story y'all brought out. I'm done. Please, the water.
Go ahead, you there. So you said you wanted some story as well?
Yeah, that story that y'all mentioned earlier where the cops in the Capitol said, this is why we didn't shoot him. When they got asked why they shot him, they explained why they shot him. And listen, and even the reason that they gave was still not all the way true. Part of it was because they was Edomites. Like even if they would have, if they was on that Capitol, let me tell you something. If they was on that Capitol and black people in the same amount of number with the same amount of aggression came out there and did the exact same thing, if black people did that, let me tell you something. This is amazing. Those are cops, you know. Those are cops taking away the water from the protesters, which again is illegal. Like they taking water from people just standing there with water to give to the protest. But back to what I was saying. If there had been black people, we all know how they would have been aggressive towards black people. But even if they were outnumbered, they wouldn't have been thinking their own life. They would have been thinking, we will defend this Capitol with our life. They'll defend that Capitol with their life if it's blacks and Latinos. But they will consider their own life if it means them and they people. Them and their people is different. And black people, Latino people, man, I pray you wake up and realize that you are different. You are not the same. And the Lord will never, ever let you join with these people. Like they have put you in the position of these people as an enemy. And this little riot and they throw a few cones and burn a police car. That is nothing compared to the murders. And I'll bet you the majority of these people giving them this kind of hell, these are people who got family members out that have been murdered by cops, man, year on end. And that's why they angry. And that's also why them cops are worried, because they done did so much dirt to people, blacks and Latinos, that they scared to death of it. And again, one last point, if I could, before you die, bring that out.
You
didn't lose me, right?
Slucky, sir, I'll hear you fine.
Okay. What I was just gonna say is one last point, man, is that these people are keep it in their mind to slaughter us wholesale. They keep it in their mind that the day will come that they will have to slaughter us wholesale. And we should wake up. We should wake up and begin to come together with ourselves. Our life would change overnight. Our life would change overnight. It's mathematically impossible for our lives as a whole not to come up 100-fold immediately the minute we decide to turn towards our own. So I'm done. The water.
Here we go, sir. Go ahead, you die.
Slugger, sir, did you still want that scripture, sir?
Yes, please, if you have it. You got it?
Conor McCoy, I believe this is it, sir.
Please read that for me.
I'm holding Exodus 23 and 27.
Throw it.
Conor McCoy, Exodus chapter 23 and verse 27. I will send my fear before thee and will destroy all the people to whom thou shalt come, and I will make all thy enemies turn their backs unto thee.
That's the Lord. The Most High will make them turn if we come together with him. Like, we put our sin down and the world, the whole earth gonna fall. Like, just like this earth is a wicked, wicked world, like they always say this is a wicked world, the Christ's world going to be a super righteous world. And brother, it will only start when we turn to the Most High. So Lockie, I don't mean to run on. Go ahead. You got more, you die, or that was it?
That was it, sir, in the scripture.
Okay, the water. Let's move on. Salaki.
Conor McCoy. What will Republicans defend if not themselves? The Constitution and the Capitol.
Okay, can you jump to the part where what the cop said?
Yeah, if you could. Officer Marah has that. The one I just sent you, Marah. Is that the one? Okay, see if it's the same one as Marah has right here. This is the one where the cop will explain why he did not use guns.
And if I could, every black and Latino in America, this should be homework. What you about to hear right now, this should be homework on. This should be a sociology experiment, a sociology class right here. You in sociology 101 right now, Marah, go.
You got it.
Conor McCoy. A Capitol police officer said he did not use his gun at the insurrection because it would have been like throwing it would have been like throwing kerosene on a fire.
Imagine that.
Now, sir,
go ahead, General.
Every black person was watching that insurrection on June 6th, thinking, well, the police murder us for running.
Right.
Why are they not pulling out their guns when the crowd is literally killing them, strangling them, choking them, and beating them over the head with fire extinguishers? Everyone watching, whites and blacks included, were asking, why aren't they using their firearms? This cop went to Congress, sir, this week, and he was asked by a congressman, why didn't you use your firearm? And this was his answer, sir. You die, read again.
Conor McCoy. A Capitol police officer said he didn't fire his gun at the insurrection on January 6th because he feared it would have been like throwing kerosene on a fire. The only reason why I didn't do it was because of the mentality why this was a 4-alarm blaze. Officer James Biles told PBS News in an interview that aired Wednesday, and if I pull my gun out and start shooting, I'm throwing kerosene on it. Maybe
that's amazing. That is amazing. Like, brother, that is amazing.
Okay, does everybody know what that means?
He got a little more too.
Oh my, sir, if you don't mind, you die, we're gonna read the rest.
Please.
Conor McCoy. And start shooting. I'm throwing kerosene on it. Maybe there's a chance I survive it if I don't pull my weapon. But if I do, I'm probably not going to make it out of here alive. You know, you don't have enough bullets.
That's amazing.
Okay, now listen.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Do you understand that means You know how, okay, what's a cop's defense every time they murder a black or Hispanic person? I was in fear of my life.
God.
Sir, do you understand this cop is saying he did not shoot because he was in fear of his life?
Yes.
He's saying the reason he didn't pull his gun is because he was afraid and in fear of his life. But the reason he kills us is because he's in danger and fear of his life.
Exactly.
Means if a cop was really afraid, he would not shoot.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And that is mind blowing. Like that is a kaboom moment in your mind. Here is a moment, sir, where cops were really afraid.
Mm-hmm.
And they made sure not to pull their guns because they were really afraid.
Yeah.
Which means, sir, that when they kill us, they are not really afraid.
Boom.
Yeah. Not afraid at all.
Yeah.
And was somebody else gonna say something, Salaki?
Well, that was it, sir.
And they'll never even discuss this. They'll never even discuss that. Yes.
God,
and another thing, if I could, they knew about preemptive strikes or the riot beforehand, right? Another thing that cops got in riots all over this country is what they got, rubber bullets.
Oh, forget about that, huh?
They got a ton of rubber bullets they can shoot at you to keep you from, gaining ground on them. So how come they didn't employ the rubber bullets?
Listen, Haas, you giving them a pass. They drag cops down and beat them to within an inch of their life. Kill some of them. They beat cops with flagpoles, maced up. I watched one sergeant out get hit with a cobblestone block, bust him upside his head with a cobblestone block, almost knocked him out. They pepper sprayed, bear sprayed police officers, crushed them in doorways. Stomped them. Dragged them down steps, threw barricades on them. We ain't talking about what black people do. We're talking about all this that they were doing. And they still had the wherewithal to say, I could survive this if I don't shoot them because I'm in fear of my life. Which means they never in fear of their life when they killing us. And again, it shows you that patriotism in America is the murder and killing of us. Like at no time do you hear any of them say, I went all out for the sake of the Capitol. I did what was the right thing because I had to save the Capitol. I was willing to kill and do whatever it took to secure that Capitol. They use all them terms when it comes to us. They use I was in fear of my life. They were overthrowing the Capitol. I had to step up and do what I had to do. You don't hear any of that. You don't hear not one bit of that when it comes to us. But when it comes to them, then it's a different story. Like the patriotism in America is really Nazism in America. It's the exact same thing. Like to be a patriot, to be white and a patriot in America, who the hell you fighting? The Russians? The Chinese? The Chinese got every product in America, every roll of toilet paper damn near you buy to wipe your behind, the Chinese making it. And they making it so that because America is appeasing them for their wealth. So who the hell you got to be so patriotic against? I'll tell you who. They got to be patriotic against blacks and Latinos. They got to have, white people got to have somebody to feel like their forefathers. They got to be able to slaughter the Indians like the past. They got to be able to enslave black people like the past. They got to fight the Mexicans over the border like the past. They got to feel what their fathers went through. And their problem, here's what the problem is. The problem is we have made them so rich and powerful, there's really nobody for them to really battle. There's really nobody for them to demonize and destroy. So they got to create demons. They got to create dictators so they can go off and kill. But their favorite person to murder is you. Their favorite person to act like you are out of control and have to be dealt with is you, which is why we should escape these people, man. We should get away from them right here in this country. I ain't talking about going to no other country.
No,
we can escape them right in this country and empower them. And I tell you, I promise you, I'm gonna make a tape. I've been saying this for the longest. I'm gonna dig up this papyrus. I've been saying I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it. There is a papyrus leaf that was found in Egypt, and many of you probably know about. I know my man Katazar in New York know about this. That this papyrus explains a letter written to the Pharaoh in ancient Egypt about the Israelites. And you read this letter, brother, 4,000 years ago, it sounds exactly like the things that they say about us today. They talk about us being out of control, talking about us controlling certain sections of the cities. They talk about how we need to be put down. It is a real insight to how countries oppress people, because they were doing it 4,000 years ago. And which is why our people, this awakening we call them for, this is not a game. This is the avenue to saving your life. They have worn you out with every fake religion, every fake idea, every false doctrine, every demigod, and you have been worn out to powder with it. But boy, you must pray on to the Most High now in these last days. You must bear your soul before Christ in this last day and ask him to show you the truth, because finding the truth is such a instant, listen to me good, an instant solution to this problem that we have as Blacks and Latinos and Native Indians in this empire. It is an instant solution. And Egypt could never have been as great as it was 4,000 years ago without what you see on that screen by Marah right now. They could never be as great as they would. And listen, once again, because Egypt is dead and gone, and we have the biblical records to go reference, that's why we able to see Egypt's entire empire was built off of the economics of slaves. Here's the part you not understanding. America's entire economic empire, military empire, is completely built off of the slaves that they rule over. It is completely bought over. And if you could open your eyes and see that and watch the Most High come against them like Yediah just read, boy, you could change the world. You could change the world. And listen, I talk to Muhammad all the time. Muhammad know I'm like a hopeful dreamer. Hell. Like, like, you know, I'm going to believe in the miracle, even if I don't believe in the miracle. I'm believing in the miracle because the miracle is necessary to see our brothers come up out these graves and escape these daggone lies and become their people again. And the Most High prophesied, and listen, and I'm going to tell you straight up, I hold the Most High accountable for his words. He said he was going to raise up these 12 tribes. He said, and when they stood upon their feet, fear came on these nations, and I hold the Most High to it, because he said, I am the Lord, and I lie not. He said, I lie not. So them words are true and going to happen, and it's going to be an amazing thing, because we got to escape the mindset of this place. I'm done, General Salaki. I know I run. You know
no, please, sir. Damn right. You died.
Damn right, sir.
Want the next story? Go ahead.
Ex-President Obama joins NBA Africa as strategic partner and minority owner.
Here we go, sir. Of course, this is Barack Obama. The GOCC, Rakash Yard, said he was the savior.
Damn.
Farrakhan said that Barack Obama was the savior of all Israel.
And the chosen.
And the chosen. He was the chosen one for all blacks and Hispanics. Of course, the UPK saw Barack Obama come and go and knew just who he was when he was here.
General, you have to let me interrupt.
We thought he was.
General, you have to interrupt. You have to let me interrupt.
Please.
If I could. Listen, I just want to say to everybody listening, okay? Them brothers, General Muhammad, Mayat Haas, all the generals, the captains, the officers, Akkad, Tahawar, my baby Tahawar, You understand?
Damn
All them brothers are that stood up on 8th and H in absolute hell when black people and Latino people wanted to slit our throats over Barack Obama. I just want to say they are gold in the eyes of the Most High, and definitely in my sight out. That was one of those moments. That was one of those moments you watching a movie where you had to prove your manhood in that day. And the brothers in the I.S.U.P.K, Captain Mashak, General Shalmar, General Q, oh my man, Ashaparium. Oh my God. You understand? That day, I'm Salak if I'm missing some of the brothers down there. The amazing brother that did the lamb for you. I forget his name. That's another amazing Levite brother.
Damn right.
Lakamaya, a noble, honorable brother. Him and his wife, like they like nobility in the truth. Them two right there. Right. Like them brothers and sisters are back then in 8th and H, who had to contend with hell. Brother Barakatah Yahweh Hashem Yahushua for them today. And now we see they're going to try war right there. Captain Shapan Napash, how can I forget? Shapan Napash, how can we forget? So many bad as Naya Thak. Oh, I could go on. Like these cats. You know what I'm saying? Say again, who?
I.S.U.P.K. War.
That shit prompted Muhammad to go berserk in the gym after that. Like back then, I mean, what they had to go through back then to deal with the fact that black people love this Hamite. And now we read this Hamite is going to set up a basketball team in Africa and saying F to black people. I'm sorry to cut in, General. I had to come back to that because it was okay. You know, I've been around a long time, but them battles on 8th and H against Barack Obama's evil and America's evil, them joints was biblical. They was epic and biblical, man. That went up there and came up against that evil. It was biblical what they had to do, man. And nobody else did it. Every other fake Israelite was running around trying to just pull a scripture about love and Jesus. And instead of standing up to the enormous brainwashing program that was coming down on these brothers, man, all over this country. But them brothers in the I.S.U.P.K and all them cats, they stood up out in fire. General Mayak, oh my God, General Mayak, all I remember is the back of them boots in the snow. Salakia. Them boots in the snow, our name was epic. I'm done. But that is the prelude to this story. Go ahead and get the story out.
No, listen, I was trying to serve it up to you anyway. That's all. That was the point. Is that this Barack Obama has now opened up NBA Africa, right? A whole nother NBA for Africa to get all of them tall Africans into an NBA Africa basketball league. Not the new Negro leagues in America, not a new NBA for poor people, not the Rucker. I'm waiting for somebody to take the Rucker and make a league out of that.
Yeah,
right. Of course. No, not that, Hazayan. Not a way to help the Hispanics who he deported as if he hated them when he was president, but he takes himself over to Africa who didn't even vote him in president. The Africans. Because they're in Africa and they're not U.S. citizens, so they couldn't vote. Right. But for the people that voted him in, he does nothing for you. But he takes all of his money and wealth and power to go give jobs to 7-foot Africans and to do nothing for the people that voted him in. And here's what makes me angry, sir. Like Commander GEN.YAHANNA said, black people, you hated us when Barack Obama was president. And now all of you agree with us.
Yep.
The majority of black people know that Barack Obama did nothing for black people. And here's what makes me mad. Where is the Salakia? Where is the apology at?
Yeah.
Right. When are you going to say sorry?
Yeah.
all of you black people sitting out there, you brothers and sisters listening right now tonight, you know you used to love Barack Obama.
Mhm.
You loved him. You cried when he was inaugurated. You had tears rolling down your face, hoping, a ton of goddamn hope.
Right.
We were right and you were wrong.
Right.
When are you going to say sorry? Like, when are you going to apologize to Commanding General Yohanna? And when are you going to say this? From now on, because the UPK was right about Barack Obama and I was wrong, from now on, I'm just going to assume the UPK is always right and I'm always wrong.
Right.
Like, when will you finally do that? Salakia, sir. Can I show you one thing, sir? You got it, Morale? Oh, he's looking for it.
Listen,
Okay,
General,
if I could, real quick, Hodge, you trying to come in? Go ahead, Hodge.
Barack Obama was up there trying to get their votes and was putting down black men.
Oh,
I mean, was downplaying black men. Now he over there in Africa playing basketball with the Hamites.
Yeah, because he loves Africans. He just don't love niggers. Salakia, sir. He just doesn't love black people. He doesn't love Hispanics. But if you are a 7 foot, 9 foot African reaching up in a bungaduka tree, getting a piece of fruit, he is going to take you and make you a millionaire.
Yes.
You're going to be a millionaire now. You people that got beat up and marched and voted for him. I mean, weed is legal. So I guess you got that.
Exactly.
Salakia,
Go ahead, Salakia.
no, that was I'm trying to find Barack Louis Farrakhan saying, when the chosen one comes, the people will follow him.
Listen, you come on. Listen, if I could, Salakia, I don't want to go on a tangent about that. But once again, them weeks we was out there, and for anybody that don't know, you see the guy on the left with the guitar that looks Latino. That's a FBI agent. Okay, I know y'all don't like my conspiracies, but he came back.
Get it on.
Listen, he came back to the camp afterwards and presented himself to Tawar. You don't believe me? Ask Tawar. He rolled up on Tawar in his suit with his FBI pin on his lapel. That same guy pretending that he's just out there playing guitar, and they had to be out there. The FBI, I ain't mad at them because they had to be out there because the ruckus that was taking place every week on that corner, because some black people, the Israelite school of UPK, had the nerve to tell black people that this was a mistake to put Barack Obama in office, and come to find out we right. That's how you got Trump. Like everything that we got right now, Donald Trump, the Republican Party being so racist. There he go. I was about to come to him next. The Republican Party being racist. Everything you see going on right now with the GOP, all of it is because you put a Hamite in office trying to represent you. Angered the Lord, number one. And then number two, on top of it, you put a heathen over you simply because he had brown skin. You understand? Big shout out to General Kathum Gabar, General Captain Kahan Thum Yard.
The best, though.
Q was so fucking bold out there. Q was pissing them off, begging them to open up their eyes and see what the hell was being said. Like that was a proving ground for us in terms of was you gonna stand up against the entire black community's opinion of love for some Hamite that came on. There go Q. That's Q right there in the right. That was before his beard went gray. Hell, that's for all the great things. Look at Q over there looking good, standing strong up in there, brother. This was a week on week battle over this, and now come to find out, now he's showing his full colors that really this BS was nothing more than now he's going to empower some Hamites, man. Now he's going to go set up multi-million-dollar basketball teams for them. And here's the thing. If they could replace black men with other heathens, they would have done it. The only reason they can't do it in sports is because the Lord made you the number one fighter. Look at black people mad. Look at them. They mad as hell. The fact that we said Barack Obama's wrong. Look at Q step up. Look how Q stepped up with his beret on. That's what I'm talking about. Like Q, see that cat moving? Q move right on him. Look at Q. Watch Q on the left. He got the camera. Watch him run into me. He right up in there. Listen, and Q too much. Q looked at me like, can I drop him? That's what the look at me was. The look at me was he got the camera on him, but he looking at me like, can I do him or what? You know what I mean?
He waiting for he looking for the order.
Yes,
he looking for the order to see if you
he stepped up in the middle like, you know, can I go ahead or what? You know what I mean? I keep telling him, Q is not, I've been in some shit with Q. Q is not a joke, okay?
Oh no.
You know what I mean? He's educated, he's highly college educated, but that nigga's a killer, okay? You know what I mean? Like he stepped right up in the zone with these cats because once again, to wake black people up out, you damn near got to kill them for them to see that they being played, that they being destroyed, that they being robbed by these other nations. They love for these other nations to be unconditional. And it's like you got to die. You got to damn near kill them to get them to look at a world that they living in, man. So Lockie, I'm off of it, Gerald. So Lockie.
No, get it on. You right here?
Yeah, man.
I'm going on back here.
Damn right.
Go ahead. We might have it, sir. Louis Farrakhan. Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Done.
Check this out, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You're good to go out there? You're good to us.
You are the instruments that God is going to use to bring about universal change. And that is why Barack has...
rewind if you could, sir. Rewind, Barack.
Like Muhammad, you don't went deep here. You about to expose false prophecy.
You are
real hard here.
Can I rewind one more time just so they can read that?
Go.
So they can read that quote.
I'm pulling back.
I'm just letting them read the quote, sir. That's all. Yeah, that's up there. That's what he said.
Nation of Islam leader Louis Farrakhan calls Obama the Messiah.
You are the instruments that God is going to use to bring about universal change. And that is why Barack has captured the youth. And he has involved young people in a political process that they didn't care anything about. That's a sign. When the Messiah speaks, the youth will hear. And the Messiah is absolutely speaking.
Dang.
There you go.
Damn.
Oh, y'all love Farrakhan, right? We went out in the street and went to war with the followers of Barack Obama, the followers of Farrakhan, the followers of the Pope, the criminals, the drug dealers, the Muslims, the Christians. You believe Barack Obama was the savior, and you were wrong. Now say sorry. Now say sorry.
Damn right.
And in the future, if General Yohanna tells you to jump up and down on one foot, just do it. I don't see why we got to argue all the time about it. Just do it. Because you have a history of being wrong about very big things. And we have a history about being right about everything. So
that's right.
If I could, General, this is why the Israelite School of UPK does not mind debating issues. Like we don't try to shut you down if you speak against the Most High. We'll prove to you what we're saying is right. And that's why every black man that's a Muslim, every Latino man that's a Muslim, you should invite debate. You should invite criticism. You should not listen to them Arabs who tell you you can't let nobody say nothing about Allah. You should allow your brothers, your black and Latino brothers, you should allow them to scrutinize that Arab God. Because if you're in a lie and you never allow anybody to tell you the truth about that lie, then you'll be in that lie forever. You understand? You got to be able, if Allah is God, Let Allah defend himself in the Quran. Why do you got to kill your brother so that nobody talk about Allah? Why do you got to kill your sister so that nobody talk about it? That's what the Arabs do. They come home and kill their daughters because they married a cat in the world, or go kill their son because their son decided to turn their back on Islam. Like, you should invite the debate. You should allow your religion to be scrutinized, which is why we come on the street corner and we declare what God said. And we open the door for you to debate it. And since 1969, you have not been able to silence us on what it is that we've been saying. Because if we were found to be wrong, we would have packed up a long time ago. And we would have gone home and went and got a job in Walmart and went back to living the life of the world. But you cannot debate us in these scriptures, which is why we crush it every time. And if you're a Muslim, you should allow that. A lot of you brothers are Muslims, and you never even been to Mecca. I've been over to the Middle East. You ain't never even been over there. You don't even know what goes. You don't see the racism against black people and Latino people over there in Mecca. You don't even see it. But you over here, all, buck ready to go to war for the Arabs. And here's the thing that burns me up. This is on a personal level. All the Arabs in these cities are like, where are in every city? You can go from New York all the way to Florida, and you can stop in any major city, and you'll see several chicken places in them cities. And I want to know why, if Allah is so loving to blacks and Latinos, why isn't there any black people that own any of these chicken places? And why aren't these black people have jobs in these chicken places? Like the poorest people in the city who believe in the same God that they believe in, why aren't they helping these people? With all the resources and power that they have, why does the chicken place have to be run by Arabs? I'll tell you why. Let me help you out. Because you worshiping an Arab God and not a black God. I tell you, man, I don't want nothing but a nigger God. If I can't listen, if Yahweh appear before me in my bedroom, if Yahweh appear before me in my bedroom, he gonna have to allow me to call him a nigger, because that's the God I want. I want the God of niggers, man. I don't want nobody else's God. If he's shook because I call him a nigger, then he gonna be like, hold up. You know what I'm saying? That ain't the God of niggers. He gonna tell me, damn right, I am the God of niggers. Get your ass up, Johanna. Get your ass to work. Right? I'm gonna take it out of one punch and get my ass to work. Like, why do I got you mad at black people because they don't want an Arab God? Is that what you mad at? You don't want us, and Farrakhan sit up there and turn around and now call Barack Obama the savior. And then here's the other thing, if I could, that burned me up about Islam, is that y'all dismiss Farrakhan. You come into Islam, you dismiss Farrakhan, and then you join the Arabs. Like Farrakhan, all the black Muslims in America, Farrakhan is supposed to have a 10 million man army. Not no 1 million man army. He's supposed to have 10 million man army. But I'll tell you why he doesn't. He doesn't because many of you go and join the Arabs. You understand? Especially those of you that wealthy. Muhammad Ali. What's the name of that ball player? The tall one that was in the Bruce Lee movie. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Like, y'all leave Farrakhan. You got the Islam from Elijah Muhammad and Farrakhan, but you leave them like they small potatoes, and then you go join the Arabs that are you go directly join their mosques. And that's why Farrakhan and them struggling and dwindling away. Not that I want to promote Islam, okay? Not that I want to promote, but I'm trying to show you. Big shout out to Mamakabaf as well, Captain Mamakabaf. Right. You understand? He stood up in that fire as well back then. And so many other brothers, man, who I ain't even named because, brother, black people wanted to slay us on them corners. We kept coming out every week. And I know it was times in brothers' hearts that they said to themselves, I don't know if I could go back out another week, man, and deal with these people trying to kill us. Like, look at them crowds on them corner and the white people whispering in their ear, and they mad as shit with us. Salakia. You understand? And the ones of you that was out there with me, you know what I'm saying is true. And you know I did not hold back. I spilled it. I spilled it. I didn't care the consequence. I said, if them niggas gonna kill us on this corner, well, so be it. But I'm going to spill it on this damn corner. And brother, we spilled it and they was mad. Look at the anger and the fury in their damn face over us saying what we were saying, how wrong it was. And we was right. We was so right. Look at us. Look at it today. Barack Obama's gone. He's setting up a basketball team to get rich in Africa. And now you had to deal with 4 years of Farrakhan and the failed efforts now of Biden, because you didn't listen to the prophets of God who told you right. If you in Islam, man, let somebody scrutinize your religion. And listen, and if I could, if you become a Muslim in prison, if you never was in Islam and you go become a Muslim in prison, brother, you have got to say to yourself, have I been influenced this because of God, or have I been influenced this because of the traumatic experience of going to prison, man? A lot of brothers, man, became Muslims to save themselves in prison, but it is not what you really believe. But you join the religion because of the terror that comes with going to prison. Like, once again, why we don't hate you because you're a Muslim. We love our black brothers. You understand? You sitting there with a kufi and assalamu alaikum and all that. We love them. Let me tell you something. That we love them brothers that's down with Farrakhan. We love them. But brother, we also know they blind as a bat when it comes to the truth about our people. But those are our brothers, man. Those are our brothers. And without our brothers, we ain't never going to stop these nations round about us. The Lord said these nations round about us would eat us alive if we didn't come together and serve the Lord. So we love every one of our brothers. But brother, you taking on a God of an Arab in the other side of the world, and worse than that, an Arab that does not care about you. And if you think I'm lying, go look at what's happening to black people in Libya. Go look what's happening to black people in Darfur. Go look at what's happening to every African country that believes in Islam, whether it be Ethiopia or whatever country it is. If they believe in Islam, it's based on them being murdered and slaughtered. Like the same reason black people in Africa believe in Islam is the same reason that black people in America believe in Christianity. You were tortured and murdered into believing in Christianity. The Ku Klux Klan made you Baptist, man. You didn't just have an epiphany that God was in the Baptist church. You didn't have that epiphany. You became a Christian because of the brutal murder on your forefathers that made you try to join the religion of the people that was killing you as a hope to not be killed. Well, that's exactly what the Arabs did. Like you are a European living in Turkey, believing in Islam. You ain't believing in Islam because you found Islam as a religion. You believing in Islam because the Ottoman Empire went up there and slaughtered your mothers and fathers. And killing my mother and father is not a reason for me to believe in your God. That's the reason for me not to believe in your God. You understand? And one last point, if I could, y'all. Every nation got a God. Every single nation on this earth, they believe in some ancient God of their own. All I'm saying is this. I want the nigger God.
That's right.
I want the Hispanic God. I want the Native. I want that God to. I want to serve him. Because if I serve any other God, I'm gonna be a slave to that God. Damn, I look good on that tape, Murad. God damn.
Yeah, you still look good. You look like that right now.
When I was young and brown on the game, you know what I'm saying? Leather was shining and all that. You know what I mean?
That's why they hate you, sir.
We was in the fight then. You know what I'm saying? Like, we might get a little age on us now, but we fought for black people back then, man. And continue to do so now. You know what I mean? I'm done with it, man. Y'all let me run too much.
No, man. If I could, let me give you a glorious story. I was talking about this with my teenage daughters and my teenage son, and they didn't know who Farrakhan was.
Damn.
I looked in the chat room just now. They don't know who we're talking about.
Damn.
Barakatha Yahweh. Why Yahweh shot?
That's right.
They don't know who that is. That's how absolute God's victory is. For them to stick with him. Morale.
If I may, sir, to be a second witness in that meeting, you know, we went back this week. I was talking to the Muslim brother. He said the same thing to me because they asked us about, you know, this week was about culture, what we need to put in our culture.
Mm-hmm.
And we, you know, talking about all the people that, you know, that need to influence our culture. Mm-hmm. He said, yeah, man, I was talking to the kids, everybody under 16, they don't even know who Farrakhan or the Nation of Islam even is.
Damn.
Brother, that's God's blessing and a lot of hard work.
The Black Panthers either.
Oh, the Black, come on, man.
Listen, and if I could, Muhammad, just for clarification, we don't hate Farrakhan.
No.
Like Farrakhan is a badass cat.
No,
but the problem with Farrakhan is that Farrakhan is promoting the religion of the Arabs, and I hate to say it. He's promoting the religion of the Arabs because it is the Arabs who financed him, man. Khalid Muhammad told the story. Look at General Mayag looking good back there. Like
he's still looking good too, man. He ain't playing with these sisters. You think he's playing? I'm taking that.
Like they don't like when I give y'all so much praise, but I was there with you. I saw your courage.
Right.
I thought, look at old Shapar. I saw Shapar's courage, man. Yeah. I saw General Mayag was relentless, man. Like there's days I look over my shoulder just to make sure he ain't go kill nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like I would literally look over my shoulder, like, oh, you good? You good? Like to make sure that these people ain't drive Mayag to put somebody in the damn dirt. Because the evil and madness that they was doing was endless. So, like, I lost my train of thought. I was about to tell you about Farrakhan, that we don't hate Farrakhan, man. Like, Farrakhan is a dynamic speaker and all that, but Farrakhan is pushing the Arabs' agenda. The Arab, like, we can't condone you teaching young black men and black women to follow the religion of the Arabs. And Farrakhan proved that they were wrong when they joined Scientology. They sent them sisters down there to be psychoanalyzed by them devils out of California and destroyed them sisters' lives, which was the proof positive that there was obviously a flaw in your religion. So it's not that we hate Farrakhan. I wish Farrakhan would join us in the battle. You understand? But of course, he done had success because of the sponsorship of the Arabs. And Khalid Muhammad told the truth of the story. He said, look, man, he went over there to Libya and got $25 million from Gaddafi to build the Nation of Islam. If you build a nation with $25 million from the Arabs, then the Arabs own you, man. Even if you don't know it, they own you. And that's why Barakatah Yahweh for the strength of the brothers in the Israelite school of UPK, because, brother, we are self-made.
Yeah, that's right.
Nobody made us, man. You understand? Right. I'm going to tell you straight up. We were built by them tithes you put in that tithe box. That $100, that $150, that's what built the I.S.U.P.K. You understand? And we are owed, we are obligated to the people that bought us. And those people are black people. When you see us standing on the street corner, black people bought us. Black people hired us. Black people financed us. So don't be mad we standing on the corner. Your black brothers and sisters, they paid us to go on that corner. They bought our garments. They bought our vehicles. They fed us every day. So don't be mad at us like we some separate thing from you. Your black people in the hood, you know how many black people that's not even yet in the school. Brothers tell us all the time, brother, I've been watching y'all for years. That brother that General Mayag converted over, that was a beautiful thing too. Big shout out to General Mayag and what you did out there, General, over there in Chicago. I saw that. I ain't gonna lie. I saw that, man. I was so mad I ain't make it to Chicago. I was mad as hell because what you did was so righteous the way you converted that brother over. And that brother said he been watching for years. Here's what y'all don't know. You see them brothers in that audience watching us? They go home and they send tithes into the school, and they send us notes and letters and say, man, keep on doing what you're doing.
Damn.
It's late. The time is late, so I ain't going to read it this week. But after you brought out my General Muhammad about St. Thomas, somebody sent the school a wonderful letter saying how they, and I think they must know my people because they mentioned my mother and her hometown and all of that. And I'm going to read that letter because I want y'all to know out there that it ain't just the brothers and sisters in here supporting us. It's thousands and thousands of brothers and sisters that's sending their $100 in, sending their $50 in, sending their $200 in, and they're hiring us. And it is, and listen, it's so important to us because we don't want to be hired by the white man. We don't want to be hired by no church or no every church you got. Big shout out to Captain Kahuntham Yard. He exposed it, how the Southern Poverty Religious Conference finances all these churches. So they tell these churches what they can and can't say. And they recently told them they cannot talk about Jesus being black. And they cannot talk about black identity theory. Black, whatever that thing is. They can't talk about that. But here's the thing. The Israelite school, UPK, we're financed by niggas, okay? We're financed by Latinos, you hear me? We're financed by Native Indians who see the righteousness in what we do. You understand? That's who hired us. And as long as they hire us out, we're going to stand on that street, man, and wake you up to the truth of what you've been going through. We're going to save your life because they hired us to do it.
Damn right.
The Lord, they did it, man. We are not beholden to anybody. Nobody owns me. Nobody owns me. I'm not beholden to anybody. Any agency, nobody. I got no criminal record. I got no reason for them to tag me. I don't belong to no gang, nothing. We are completely independent so we can say the truth and tell you what you really need to hear. And thanks be to the Lord for that. Salaki, I'm done, General, please.
No sweat, sir. Get it on.
Most High in Christ, sir.
Damn right. Damn right.
Damn right. Salaki.
DaBaby defends homophobic comments amid backlash.
Two stories I think we're missing for tonight is the Simone Biles and this one, right? Are the biggest stories that happened this week. So this
run them how you want, run them how you want.
No sweat, sir. This is DaBaby. He's a rapper.
Right.
Now he said something. I don't know what he said. Something about the gays or the LGBTQ community. Yediah, what did he say?
Khan. There's also video too, sir, if you can hear it.
Okay.
But before his show, he went on, and say, in the midst of it, like, if y'all not out there sucking rod, out there getting AIDS and HIV, he's against, homosexuality, and the LGBTQ community came out against him, like Elton John, Lil Nas X, and Lil Nas X's father, like completely came at DaBaby.
And they canceled some show of his.
Once again, if I could, General Salakia, if I could, that's my point. Because they are the ones that finance him, they cancel his shows. You understand? Once again, you better understand who owns you. And because we can say that. I can get up right now and say anything I want about the LGBT community, and it don't mean a damn thing to me because guess what? They don't own me.
Damn right.
But he cannot, and they own him, and that is why you should always support the Israelite School of UPK because you're gonna get the truth, and we're not beholden to anybody. And by the way, I ain't never heard his music, but I'm buying his album. Go ahead.
All right. Okay, Yediah. I'm sorry, Marah. Please. If we can play it with the whole YouTube thing.
Yeah, if not, he could just dictate it with either one.
We won't get flagged, right?
You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS. You didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks. Put a cell phone light in the air. Lady, if your pussy smell like water, put a cell phone light in the air. Fellas, lights up. Fellas, if you ain't sucking nigga dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone lights in the air.
Let's be real about this shit.
Yeah, keep it fucking real.
Some of y'all niggas suspect as a motherfucker. Let's be real.
Crap.
Could I
say somebody out here $1 million?
Go ahead.
What'd you say?
I said it seemed like the crowd was. I know the crowd is, of course, all white people more than likely at a rap show. That's like all white people, if not 80% white people. But the crowd did not like that.
They got quiet, Joe. I heard it.
Oh, they
put
a hush on the room.
And if I could, here's what black people keep missing. Black people keep missing that he's saving lives. Like AIDS has been, and HIV has been killing us for 2 decades.
Yep.
Like he is saving people's lives by saying that. Once again, if he talk about making a whore out of a woman and raping and murdering and killing his brother, ain't nobody offended by that. No. But if he turn around and say your lifestyle is going to give you AIDS and you should not do it, you should not be blowing a rod in the parking lot because you could get AIDS and die. If you in here, if you're not whoring, that's what he mean when he say that water. He said that water. If you ain't hoeing, he's saying that's a good thing. Now, of course, once again, the proof that they own him is that he had to apologize.
Yeah,
he had to come back and come up off it. Once again, y'all can't do what we do. I don't care if you a rapper. I don't care if you make a $10 million a year. That's why I love this job we in, and any man in the ISUPK should love this job because you are absolutely free. Like the scripture said, know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. And brother, I will hire you. I'm going to give you a job in the UPK and take care of you and your family to the best of our ability. And you're going to be a free man to be who the hell you need to be, because once again, without it, now somebody else own him. He got to apologize, which, listen, makes it worse for them, for the brothers that would otherwise have become straight. The brothers who
1 second, sir. 1 second, sir. We having a we good? Salaki, sir. Keep going.
Okay. For the brothers who heard that and who would have turned from that, now they hear him say that, and now they back mixed up in the middle. And if I could, the last point, here's why what he's saying is so right and why this place is so unjust. Because he's saying it at one rap concert and it's the end of the world. But they are promoting a alternative lifestyle in every public school in America. And nobody gets to push back against that. Nobody gets to say, wait a minute, you're pushing too much alternative lifestyle on the children. It's not balanced. You're not teaching heterosexual lifestyle and alternative lifestyle. You're just pushing alternative lifestyle. And you're pushing too much of it in every school in America. Nobody gets to scrutinize that. But this brother have one concert, and talk about this, and he gets shut down. And if I could, that's what them Edomites that was the founding fathers of this country put in their constitution for a reason. They understood something that every black person in America should learn. Every Latino and every Native Indian. If you cannot say whatever it is you want to say, then you will oppress the truth. I guarantee it. You will believe a lie. You will live a lie. You will kill for a lie. You will love a lie. And it will all lead to the death of you and the entire society. Without the ability to say whatever you want to say, then you are a dead man walking, and so is your society. Which is why the Lord said to prophesy this word. Why, are we good? Am I good? Okay, that's why the Lord said to prophesy this word. And it's sad that he had to apologize because they started cutting his money off. That's why you cannot serve money. Like Christ said, you can't serve how's it go? You can't serve the Lord and mammon. You can't serve the Lord and money. You understand? You have to get your money righteously. And that righteous way is being free to say the things that the Lord do. And God will put the spirit on people to finance righteousness. Don't think everybody is all about that wicked nonsense that's coming out of the TV and the internet. There are thousands and thousands of Israelites. You saw it at the Passover that come to me and send me letters all the time that support this truth. And damn near every single letter I get is General Yohanna, keep doing what you're doing. You and your men keep doing what you're doing. We need
damn
that.
right, General. Damn right, sir.
Damn near every letter, and it's somewhere in that letter. They're saying, look, and in essence, here's the translation. The translation is, I'm paying you this $100. Nigga, say this truth. That's really the translation. Really, the translation is, I'm paying you, man. Get your ass out there and say what I can't say. Like DaBaby didn't have to say that. He could have paid his tithes to the school, and we would have carried it out and said it. He didn't have to do that because, of course, he can't do it because many of us don't understand how much of a slave we are. The amount of money you have does not mean you are free. You could be a billionaire and a slave. You can be a multi-millionaire actor or producer or record label or whatever. It does not mean you are free. What makes you free is never having to compromise to another nation for whatever they want to push against you. That is freedom. Welcome to the I.S.U.P.K. We free. I'm done with it, General Salakia.
Sir, about to say something on that, but you bring it out so heavy. I know I got a scripture I want you to read. I want to give one little story about a cat I grew up with and what happened to him living that lifestyle, how he even got into that lifestyle, with people trying to push and push away and don't want you to talk about. You got it? Read out.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20 and verse 13.
Go ahead.
If a man also lie with mankind,
go ahead,
as he lieth with a woman,
go ahead,
both of them have committed an abomination.
Right.
They shall surely be put to death.
Go ahead.
Their blood shall be upon them.
Now that's what the Lord said about people who live in that LGBT community lifestyle. The Lord said these things. Your blood will be upon you. You understand me? I had a cat I grew up with from like second grade, sir. Second grade. And we all went to this Catholic school. And he became a Catholic. And his mother used to send him to the rectory. The rectory was where the nuns and the fathers lived. She sent him to the rectory on Sundays, right? And we didn't know this growing up, but we always knew he was kind of soft. We thought it was only because he was around his sisters all the time. So we tried to toughen him up, hook him up with women, and he rejected it all the time. Come to find out, on his deathbed, he was dying. He was dying of AIDS. He made the comment and said that his mother used to send him around to the rectory on Sundays, and that's when he first got molested.
Damn.
That's when it started. I want to say it had to be about 6th grade. Is when he got molested by them fathers over there in that damn rectory. Now,
and if nobody say nothing, how is he going to get saved?
Was so disease filled with the HIV, the AIDS, they had to burn it. We had to have pictures of him.
I think that's the delay.
No, go ahead.
They had to burn his body and the picture of him they had at the funeral. That's how bad it got with him. You understand me? And they want to say we can't speak about it. The men of the Lord going to teach the Lord's word and speak how evil it is, man. It was right, like how you said when DaBaby made the comment he made, man. Because contrary to popular belief, it is killing Black, Hispanics, Native Indians, man. It's killing them.
It so is killing them all. You know, man. It's so killing them. You so right. Can I get one scripture, y'all, before we go run on it?
Now. Come. Can
I get just one? Get me Psalms 51 and 6, man. This one is so important, man. That this you have to be able to speak on this. Read that, You could take 6 and 7 if you want, really quick. Go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 51 and verse 6. Behold, thy dearest truth in the inward parts.
Thou desirest. Go ahead.
Behold, thou desirest truth in the inward parts.
The Lord wants truth inside us, man. He don't want us living a lie and being owned by somebody else to tell the Lord's chosen people what they can think, feel, want, love, hate. We got to be free to say what the Lord said, man. And that's why some people are shocked and can't believe we say what we say about the cops, about religions, about all the things going on with us, because we free. So we say the truth, because the truth is going to help you, like Christ said, know the truth, and it'll make you free. Without the truth, you live in a lie. I hear brothers all the time say, you know, that's just the way it is, man. No, brother, that ain't just the way it is. That's the way they made it for us. But we got to say the truth, man, so it's not that way. Go ahead, you die. I don't want to take up all the time. Go ahead.
Khan, and in the hidden part, thou shalt make me to know wisdom.
See that? In your hidden parts, deep in your soul, inside, the Lord going to make us to know wisdom, man. He going to show us wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Khan, verse 7. Purge me with I.S.U.P, and I shall be clean. Wash me.
I was going into the other thing. So, like, I don't want to take the time. General Muhammad Salaki, go ahead.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, you die. Get it on.
Khan. Simone Biles and the Twisties. How fear affects the mental health and physical safety of gymnasts.
So, sir, you know well about this. You did the video on it. Simone Biles had to drop out of some events this week because she saw her body couldn't physically do the routine she had planned.
Damn.
Because of the mental stress that trying to serve a master that does not appreciate her put on this woman's the toll it took on her mind. She dropped out, and the entire white racist world turned against her. They called her a traitor. They said she was unpatriotic. People that can't touch their goddamn toes begin to hate this girl because she can't do a triple twist, plie, sweep, bobbity bop bop in midair, land on a damn dime.
In a thong. In a thong.
In a thong. So, and the girl dropped out, and she was hated by everyone. And of course, she was raped
there was one face
by the same Olympic committee who she's forced to serve now. And today she came out and said she is going to perform on the uneven bars tomorrow. But this was the biggest story in the world. It started about Wednesday, all because this one sister thought that she wasn't a goddamn slave. And that's what I couldn't understand about the story, sir. I could not understand what the big deal was. Are you telling me the girl has to do it? Like, is she a slave? She can't just say, well, I can't come into work. If she doesn't perform, she will lose money. She won't get an opportunity to win the medals. Like any job, if you don't go to work, you don't get paid. But are you telling me that she is forced to go to work? Like she doesn't have a choice. She can't get a goddamn sick day from this job. Our oppressor is the devil, and that really revealed itself even more this week with Simone Biles, sir.
And if I could, Muhammad, could I please play this tape?
Please,
could
sir.
I please play this tape? Bear with me one quick second, y'all. I got to play this tape. Like this tape here, going to sum it all the way up for y'all. I'm telling you, this tape here is going to bear with me one second. Because this right here, this here summed it up for me right here. This tape right here. All right. Can you swing over to me, Marah?
I have this tape, sir, queued up and ready. Same one.
Okay, I got it right here.
Marah said he has the tape ready to go.
I have that exact same tape ready to go.
You got that exact same tape? No problem, Marah. You better than me. I thought I had the game, but I know you got the game. Man. Go ahead.
Wait.
Let me get me back to me. And I'll let you drop the tape. You got the exact same tape. Please drop that tape out with the sound. Like this right here this right here reviles me. Because once again, if I could, before you play the full tape out, if I could, we do not know the value of our women. Like we should not revere our women because they pump themselves up with steroids and put a thong on and go out and do gymnastics to please white people, all so they could put money in their pocket. Now, this is an extremely healthy sister. Do you know what kind of sons she could raise up? You know what kind of family she could raise up? And Lord knows we need educated, righteous families among us. Like, black people do not know how to love black people. You're going to have to prove to me that you know how to love black people and that you know how to love Latinos and Native Indians. Because this right here, anybody that looks at this tape, and after this tape, you feel like she should go on in gymnastics, you are selfish and thoughtless when it comes to this sister. Damn the Olympic money, man, for what has happened to her. Marab, play the tape, please.
Right.
Because I feel like you should never settle just because you're winning or you're at the top. I feel like you should always push yourself.
Simone, I think it was last week, you tweeted after the congressional report came out about being continuing to be disappointed.
Well, I don't know if you're getting it like I could.
What feelings about
You got it?
that
It looked like it's flowing.
And why is it so important for you to continue using your voice?
If you want to try and play it, sir, you can.
Let me try mine and see if you can bring me up full screen. Go ahead and shut yours off, and I'll bring mine up full screen. Tell me what you can do. Can you pause yours? Another one. Am I echoing?
Loud, sir.
Is it loud enough?
Are
Sounds
you
a little low.
Is that? So, General, you playing yours, sir? We might have lost your mic, if I may. Might have lost the General's mic.
Let me text him.
Did it shut you off, Laura? Did it shut you off?
Live, sir. We still here. I think we lost.
Can you hear the tape? Can you hear the tape, Marab?
Live, we don't hear the tape at all, sir.
Damn. Okay, I blew it then. I blew it. You got to take it back to you then.
They might hear it online. Maybe we just can't hear it in the room. Can everyone hear the tape the Commander General Yohanna is playing? Type 1 if you can hear it.
I'm not hearing it online.
Okay.
Okay, I don't see it on our screen either, Marab.
Yeah, I only see like a corner of your screen, sir.
I see it. I see it in the interview. Whatever you're playing is playing.
Oh,
You can see it, but you don't hear it.
Okay.
I'm gonna just play the tape.
They're saying they cannot hear it.
I'm gonna play the tape, sir, while the General get back in.
Go ahead.
The General dropped out.
Okay.
Because I feel like you should never settle just because you're winning or you're at the top. I feel like you should always push yourself.
Simone, I think it was last week, you tweeted after the congressional report came out about being continuing to be disappointed.
Yes.
What are your feelings about that specifically, and why is it so?
Marab, you got it right.
Using your voice on this?
Count on one, sir.
Go ahead, Salak. I didn't mean to interrupt it. Going back. You had it.
Count on one, sir. I'm gonna go back to it.
I mean, because it's an amazing tape for anybody that loves blacks and Latinos and Native Indians. Like, I ain't impressed by this sister's gymnastics. I'm saddened by what has happened to her.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing worse. The Lord said to rape a woman is as if you murdered her. That's in the Bible. You rape or molest a child, it is as though you murdered her. Don't tell me rape is legal. This is evil as shit. Go ahead, Art.
Count on one, sir.
Because I feel like you should never settle just because you're winning or you're at the top. I feel like you should always push yourself.
Simone, I think it was last week, you tweeted after the congressional report came out about being continuing to be disappointed.
Yes.
What are your feelings about that specifically, and why is it so important for you to continue using your voice on this?
I think it's important because we have a platform, and I think when we tweet, it obviously goes a long way. So we're blessed to be given a platform so that people will hear and listen. But it's not easy coming back to the sport, coming back to the organization that has failed you. But at this point, I just try to think I'm here as a professional athlete with my club team and stuff like that, because it's not easy being out here, because I feel like every day is a reminder of what I went through and what I've been through and what I'm going through and how I've come out of it. But, I try just not to think about it. But it is hard. But once you see that, like the FBI even was on it and he drank with Steve Penny and stuff, it's like, did you guys really not like us that much that you couldn't just do your job? And at the end of the day, it's really sad for us because it becomes a problem whenever we work with future people. How can we trust them? They bring in new people all the time, and I automatically put my foot up because the people that I had known for years had failed us. So it's hard for them to bring anyone up to us. I don't know. It's hard to talk about.
Yeah, she living a nightmare.
I just feel like,
Come on, come.
I don't know. I don't mean to cry, but it's just, it's hard coming here for an organization and having had them failed us so many times. And we had one goal. We've done everything that they asked us for, even when we didn't want to, and they couldn't do one damn job. You had one job. You literally had one job, and you couldn't protect us. And it's just really sad because now every time I go to the doctor or training, I get worked on. It's like, I don't want to get worked on.
She's in a nightmare.
I'm 22, and at the end of the day, that's my 5th rotation, and I have to go do therapy. But it's just hard, and we try to work through it, but it'll take some time. I'm strong. I'll get through it, but it's hard.
You could go back out, and the truth is, she'll never get through it. The truth is that nightmare will go on and on and on and on because it's a nightmare to molest a child.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened to her. That's a nightmare. Mariah, you still got me? I think you don't have me, Mariah.
Salaki, so your camera was jamming up. I was going to say that, so I just switched the camera real quick.
Oh, okay. Can you get me back?
You still jammed up, sir. It's still on.
My camera's jammed up. Okay, hold on.
Still on General Hyman, if I may.
My camera's on. How did my camera get on General Hyman? Oh, I understand now. Okay, I understand. Okay. My bad. There we go. Is that it? Did I get it back?
Not yet, sir.
Kind of one kind, so you did.
Okay. Like that's a nightmare. Now, come on, Muhammad. You the therapist in Israel. You know that is like she said, past, present. When she went to say future, her voice dropped. When she said present, her voice dropped. Like that little girl right there is living a nightmare from molestation. A nightmare from molestation. After pouring her soul into the damn Olympics. Go ahead, General Salah.
Sir, you said something?
No. Y'all ain't hearing me? Come.
Yeah, in the room you don't sound well. I think you sound fine online.
Okay, Mariah, what's happening, man?
Can I say one thing, sir?
Please.
If I could, this is a terrible story. If anyone wants to go research it, it's terrible about what happened to this girl and the other girls. And it's also terrible because it's absolutely normal in the Black and Hispanic community. They were parents, and the children were trying to warn everybody for years that this was he a gynecologist?
Doctor or whatever the hell.
He was a fucking ghoul.
And they would tell people, and everyone said, oh, he's so respected. He would never do anything like that. The same thing happens when priests or reverends molest children. R. Kelly, no one ever believes him because this is Dr. Nasser. Brother, one of the parents, as he was checking their daughter, he got an erection.
What? Damn.
Yeah. And the parents said he got an erection and went and reported it. And you know what they said? Not Dr. Nasser. No, you must have saw something different. Everyone kept reporting that this cat is getting erections. He's telling people to leave the room. He's doing this. These girls were always trying to inform everyone. Every time, this man was so respected, so beloved, that the children would never believe. It's terrible because that happened to Simone Biles. It's also terrible because that's what you do to your children.
Damn.
You do the same thing when they tell you that your boyfriend is touching them, that your reverend, your Catholic priest. You know what you say? Oh, reverend would never do anything like that. I'll slap you in your mouth if you say he'd say one more word about him like that. Girl, my boyfriend would never do nothing like that to you. Simone Biles went through the same thing that every little Black girl goes through. She was molested, and when she told the people in her life who were supposed to protect her, they sided with the person of respect, the authority figure, instead of their child. And you should go research it. Anyone that wants to research it, it's the same old ghetto story that I've heard too many times, sir.
Listen,
It's like,
go ahead, y'all. Go ahead.
It's either your world and what you believe about God gonna come tumbling down. So you got to choose your world and God and your feelings for years, or your daughter. You know what I'm saying? If you choose your daughter, then this whole world you've been living and creating and surrounding yourself with goes away.
Right. Sir, if I could, Jeremiah, I was explaining why your mother always keeps the boyfriend when the boyfriend molests the child. People don't understand, but it's the same reason. This boyfriend, one, is babysitting the kids so she can go to work. She needs his babysitting. One, he provides comfort and affection to her, which she desperately needs because she's in hell. And he provides things for her that to her, in her mind, are of necessity. And she has to ignore your pleas for help about him sneaking in her bedroom at night, because if she believes you, she has to lose all of the things that the boyfriend provides. And that's what happened with this doctor. They want their children to go to the Olympics. They need the money. They've sacrificed for it. They need this doctor. They don't want to make him angry. And of course, everyone loves him. He has such a good reputation. Meanwhile, he molested countless girls, and they were reporting it for years. Salakia, sir.
I mean, it's a nightmare. It's a full out effing nightmare. You understand? What you're saying is true. I hate to say it, but Muhammad, you gets the parents in the complicity. You charges everybody in the case. You like a real prosecutor. You charge everybody in the case. Man, but that sister is living a nightmare. Like, every day she's living a nightmare, and every day she's trying to contain that nightmare. And on top of it, now that they've arrested him, now it's public. And she's so burned that the fact that they sat down and had drinks at him in his house. They said the FBI was having drinks and socializing with that piece of shit while he was molesting her in the damn doctor's office. Like, it's sad. And once again, if I could, that's why our priorities have to go with the betterment of our people. Let me tell you something. Here's what has to happen with us. Like, these stories should outrage us because we should have value on every daughter of Zion. Every Black and Latino sister should be valuable. Like, that's once again, the greatest gift, the greatest. Y'all let the white man gas you sisters up into thinking that other things are important in your life. There is nothing more important in your life than your ability to raise good, strong, highly educated sons. Like, it is the best thing you could ever do in your life, because that means that not only you're going to benefit from that child, by the time that child is 7 years old, that child is already lifting the burden of life off of you. He lifting that burden out all the way up until he's 20s and 30s, and he most definitely is lifting that burden when you become old and you need help. So having a son is supposed to be more important than anything. Now, if it becomes more important than anything, then that woman is precious. She's precious in the eyes of the Lord, and nobody is supposed to be violating her. And she is supposed to be taught every day not to violate herself. Instead, our sisters is taught to be animals in this kingdom. Like, I think the Black woman as a whole, I talk about to General Muhammad about this. I think as a whole, outside of the ISUPK, the Black woman has been psychologically damn near turned into an animal. Yeah. Like, these Black women out here, they close to an animal. I hate to say it. And I love my sisters, but they bugging the hell out. They all like wild, grubbing, rip apart, murdering, bloodthirsty animals, man, running around out here. And that's taught behavior by Esau. Like, you're being subliminally taught to be an erratic, crazy maniac in these streets, man. And it's amazing. That's why we're watching it every day on these YouTube and TikTok and all this stuff, because you're going berserk in this kingdom. And once again, that's because a man lied to you like he did in the garden and told you that you should be equal onto a man, and as a result, he's using you to be a animal. And brother, our sisters should be precious. They bringing in life. You could get a sister out and get 5, 6 strong, powerful sons. Supposed to be more. Back in the day, you get 12 or 13 children. Nowadays, you'd be lucky if you can get 2. But even if it's just 2, a strong, healthy brother and sister is gold to our society. Is gold to us. And we don't know it because in our world, the greatest thing in our world is, college degrees and a job with Esau and, being a cop or some other stupid nonsense, being a gymnastics expert. Like that sister done gonna work every muscle in her body for a paycheck. While others, and here's the sad part, others are sitting around making more money than her in that Olympic committee and those sponsors. And brother, they sitting around with a fat belly under a desk. You understand? Drinking and eating whatever their lust desires is, while Simone Biles got to flip in the air at 200 miles an hour to perform so that their pockets get filled. Like may Christ come back yesterday to save us from these heathens, man. To save us from these heathens using and eating us alive. And we should be compassionate on it. Like we gotta find Salakia, General, if I could for a second. I know I really messed this show up, y'all, because they had so much good stories. Salakia. I'm going to say this last thing, get the hell out y'all way. That we have to find a new value in us. We have no compass at what should be important to us in this kingdom. And that's why we suffer the way we suffer, because we don't listen to the Most High and to his laws, statutes, and commandments, man. Instead, our daughter has to be a semi-porn star to put money in her pocket, doped up on every kind of drug you could think of to become, on this level. And of course, they love it that way simply because our daughters are the best in the world. Our sons are the best in the world. They could never be outdone. You'll never, ever, ever be better than these 12 tribes in any sports or athletic ability or any entertainment or science or anything. Any level that you measure, these 12 tribes will outmeasure them all. The Lord said it, and it is true every single solitary day.
That's right.
The problem is the other nations get to use us to empower themselves, to enrich themselves, to glorify themselves. If I could, before we run, Yediah, is there any way you can get that story of how they came up against that sister because she would not perform for the Olympic team? Is there any way? Like this sister is in master shape. Could you imagine the wonderful sons she would have? You imagine them sons that she would have, them old strong, roughneck sons with a strong brother that could stand up for righteousness. And it's necessary to stand up for righteousness because we see it by what we saw in 8th and H, all the suffering Black people have to go through because there's not enough strong men to stand against the evil. Imagine what that father must feel sitting in that bleachers, having to applaud his daughter, knowing his daughter has been raped repeatedly by that dirty, stinking, disgusting Edomite doctor. Just imagine that. And them people don't give a damn about it. Like right now, she's supposed to retire with every endorsement money she would have ever made. The Olympic Committee should pay her for 30 years of endorsements from here on out. And she should be able to walk away and receive therapy and help and be under no pressure. Instead, she got to perform in the Olympics to the point where her mind gets lost. Her equilibrium goes out the window and she can no longer perform. The white man is the devil the Bible speaks of. And I say it as a free man. If Yediah could get that part, man, and add that, man, I'd appreciate it.
Conor Khan, sir, the article where she withdrew.
Yes.
Conor Khan, Simone will not compete in the uneven bars or vault event finals. Simone Biles, the superstar American gymnast, will not compete in Sunday's events finals for the vault and uneven bars at the Tokyo Games, according to USA Gymnastics. Earlier this week, she withdrew from the event finals and the all-around final, citing mental health reasons.
Imagine that. And you ain't going to tell me a young woman like her getting raped doesn't have an effect on her. She cried on camera. This is a professional Olympic athlete. She's been in front of the camera thousands of times. This poor sister start crying on the camera. And if you could, you die. Do you have the tape where she says that they don't like her to win too many medals? Is there any way you can pull that one? Because that one is amazing too. And let me tell you something, man. Anybody, listen, after tonight, if I see any gym work of Simone Biles with her ass in a thong, I'm turning the shit off. If I see any show or tape where they show her ass, I'm turning that shit off, because that ass has been violated by these devils, and it has continued to be violated by everybody that watches this. This is a nightmare in Black America, man. This is a nightmare by your slave master. But some of you, like General Muhammad always bring out in the other generals, some of you bastards are selfish, greedy bastards. You don't care about her life. You only care about the money you could make. And that's all you care about. You think she should go on to be Olympic greatness because of the money, because you're a lust-filled monster. That's why, once again, I'm sorry, y'all. I know I'm running on, but shit. No, I love this ISUPK. And I love these brothers in here. And let me tell you something, man. If you leave it to me, man, I'm going to take care of every one of you brothers, man. In this truth, I promise you, I will give it my absolute best in the name of Yahawashi. I will go and grab whatever is necessary from wherever on this planet that you receive your just due, so you too can be a free man that does not have to compromise your soul for the sake of Esau in any way in what it is that we do, because what we do is so great. What we do is so amazing. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Yedaya. If you could do it, y'all take it from there, man.
Yedaya. You trying to find the video, right?
We're still looking for the video, sir.
Okay, no, that's all right. That's all right. We over the time, right? We over the time anyway right now. I want to tell everybody out there, support this truth. Go to ISUPK.com. Pay your tithes, man. Support this truth. Hey, look for General Muhammad up in New York. You don't have a date, do you, General Muhammad?
I'm sorry, say it one more time, sir.
You don't have a date that you'll be in New York.
I'll be in New York. You mean for the barbecue?
Thursday
before the barbecue weekend. I'll be in New York teaching the class.
Give me full screen, Marah. Thursday before the barbecue weekend, go see General Muhammad live in New York City. They rented a whole hotel room. Big shout out to Captain Zarya and the New York posse for renting a whole studio out there for General Muhammad. They're going to be doing an amazing class up there like he always does, holding it down. General Mayako will be on deck doing what he do. Absolutely amazing. Also, check out General Mayak every Wednesday morning. Ask Ye the Prophets throws it down every Wednesday morning with Yedaya doing their thing. General Hazayan, let a Hebrew speak every Monday at 10 a.m., 10 to 12. Check him out. Cross the Line Radio, them heavy hitters Thursday night, 10 p.m. They always get it in. Check out every single class, man. ISUPK.com. Every single class, Monday through Friday. You got amazing teachers that's learning and soaking up these scriptures. Fix Black people, nigga. Fix Latino people, brother. Fix Native Indian people, brother. Let's fix our 12. Let's own ours again, because certainly giving our soul to these other nations and following these Christian religions has destroyed us in this kingdom. Don't take no God out that come from another nation, whether it be a Christian God, a Muslim God, a East Indian God. Don't take no God. Demand the nigger God. Demand it. Demand that be the God you serve, because, brother, he won't betray you to another nation, man. Hey, I'm Commander General Yahanna. Join me every Monday night, 9 p.m. I love it more than you do. I'm in the building all the time. I'll see y'all next time live on the UPK. Big shout out to my main man,
I.S.U.P.K, Commanding General.
Go ahead, you guys.
Hosted another powerful event.
Slocky, sir, you said something, sir?
No. Go ahead. I was saying go ahead because I knew I cut in. Slocky.
Cut on one concert.
Annual Midwest Fire Weekend was a success. We was able to fish in a lot of brothers from the streets, bring them to the Midwest Fire Weekend, share brotherhood, feed them scriptures and knowledge. Salute to Commanding General Yahanna for raising up the Midwest under the authority of Captain Mawakwa. And shout out to all of the brothers in the Midwest that made this event possible.
Shalom, Israel. I'm General Micah Allah of the Israelite School of UPK under Commander General Yahanna. Y'all know we stem out of Harlem, 1 West, 125th Street. I'm here live in Chicago with Captain Mawakwa and his whole team. They hosted us a great barbecue today with all the kids and children and the brothers and sisters, all our families. People in the world even came over to sit with us today and drink and eat because they know it's a spirit out here that they ain't never seen before. What's about to happen right now? I got a brother here. What's your name, brother?
Brother Y'all
Brother Y'all, right? He came out here to sit with us. He got the shirts, the fringes on the shirts. Y'all see that? Any brother in the UPK see that? We know he is not one of us. You understand? But this brother had to stop us and say, listen, man, I've been checking y'all out. Tell your story, brother. It's your story.
Man, I've been checking out for like 6-7 years. I've been watching y'all. I'm like, man, this definitely is the home of the truth. So I was with IUIC, ISOC. It wasn't lining up. Oppression. I noticed about the UPK brotherhood. Number one, scripture the Most High.
Man, get the Most High in. And listen, and that is what I live and die for, this brotherhood. You better not violate that up in here. You understand? I done seen it attacked before, and it will not happen again. You understand? Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, so let me tell you what happened. I was with IUIC for like 4 or 5 months. I left there. I went to Florida and joined ISOC. That's an offspring of IUIC, right? So it's conflict there. My spirit too strong to be oppressed amongst my own people. The niggas are oppressing me. Well, I'm gonna let you oppress me, right? So I can't tolerate it. So I came back to Ohio, bought me a camper because I was gonna go off the grid. I was gonna go to Ghana, but I want to be a dual citizen. So I was talking to the Patazah out of Indiana.
No sweat. The Patazah, Indiana. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. Most High Christ. Good. The brother he just mentioned, who he was talking to, is this brother here in the Patazah, man. Talk to this brother. Go ahead,
So I was talking to Patazah. We kept missing each other. So I was down in Columbus camping. I kept trying to catch up with the I.S.U.P.K, and we would talk from time to time, but we always would miss each other. So after that, a year went past. My wife found the I.S.U.P.K. I didn't think she would understand, but she understood better than I did. She wasn't even an Israelite, but when she came into the truth, she said, "That's it right there." So she
get the Most High hand. Get the Most High hand.
She talked to that brother right here.
No sweat. So the Patazah came, talked to this brother, talked to his rib. You understand? And the Lord put the spirit on him, because I'm gonna tell you, you can only understand. He said his rib understood before he did, meaning the Lord put the spirit on this sister before her husband. Give it a hand. And they understood, man. And they saw UPK is not like them. UPK don't bleed like them. We don't walk like them. We don't talk like them. There's a difference between us and all these Christian Israelites out here trying to be everything. So this brother is wearing a shirt that belongs to fake Israelites, Christian Israelites. He said he wants to destroy this shirt before the world. Go ahead, brother. He said he wants to release himself for the Christian oppression that goes on in those Christian Israelite groups. That's why we call them Christian Israelites, because you still oppressed. Ain't no difference from sitting in church and sitting there with the IUIC. Ain't no difference from church or the I.S.U.P. or whatever other punk group that is, man. You understand? The home of the truth, we always been the home. All you other Israelites, no matter what you do, we still your daddy. We still, and you just badass kids that won't come home. You understand? You still welcome, but you better come right, or daddy gonna whoop that ass, and that's that. And that's that. Get a brother a hand. You see what he got on? He down with the nigga guy now.
Tonight, pop 'em on sight, pop 'em on sight. Touch one of these, I'ma play with your life. Pop 'em on sight, pop 'em on sight. Got killers on the inside, I can send a kite. Pop 'em on sight, pop 'em on sight. You will never make it down, I'ma play with your life. Keep an eye for the people that be scheming. Jealousy shit, gotta know that's a demon. Never go stun on your people, you can breed it. So many plotting assholes, I deleted. If a nigga ever needed something, put change on him. Being kept it real, never put a name on it. Still pray to God that you never change on me. This one West bitch put a chain on it. Other day I transferred 20 grand. Put you never see me ride no silly fans. On the phone about 4 or 5 hours at a time, time flying while we busting down business plans. If it fell on them niggas like swoosh, salute to my brother in my eyes, you the truth. Think I would've chopped the roof off on the cool, but I won't chop it off till my niggas scared too. Cold with the flow, gotta know, goddammit. Keep a couple bad bitches, baby, I can manage. Got an ex bitch and I know she can't straight it, but I really don't care cause I'm hot like Gambit. Steady putting on like a rep where I live. Never lay a finger on one of these kids. I never put 25 cents on your head, I'll be the one to dive in your shit. I'ma pop 'em on sight, pop 'em on sight. Even in the day, in the middle of the night. Pop 'em on sight, pop 'em on sight. Touch one of these, I'ma play with your life. Pop 'em on sight, pop 'em on sight. Got killers on the inside, I can send a kite. Pop 'em on sight, pop 'em on sight. You will never make it down, I'ma play with your life. I'ma pop 'em on sight, pop 'em on sight. Even in the day, in the middle of the night. Pop 'em on sight, pop 'em on sight. Touch one of these, I'ma play with your life. Pop 'em on sight, pop 'em on sight. Got killers on the inside, I can send a kite. Pop 'em on sight, pop 'em on sight. You will never make it down, I'ma play with your life. While you talk about falling in love, baby girl, I don't feel the shit. So many setbacks, heart been broke so many times like a mother. Feelings, I ain't dealing with it. In the crib, we be arguing all night. Steady throwing shit, we be fussing and fighting. Gotta keep it real, long as she don't fuck another nigga. If you hurt, I'ma pop you on sight. Bought land for the kids, that's a touchdown. In the pandemic, running money up now. Could've bought a rich minute for the money in stock, but I put my niggas on, fuck a bust down. Every day I be all on my grind. Gotta make accounts for every other dime with a badass CPA on my line. This sounded so good, talking money every time. Hung up the phone that I'm talking to the city. It cost so many fees for a black subdivision. Forget it, I throw my whole bank account at it just to free my niggas all out the kitchen. Talk to the fire department, get the land sliced. Gotta pay a fee for that, price is so high. But if you ever try to harm one of mine, I throw it all away just to play with your life. Nigga, pop 'em on sight, pop 'em on sight. Even in the day, in the middle of the night. Pop 'em on sight, pop 'em on sight. Touch one of these, I'ma play with your life. Pop 'em on sight, pop 'em on sight. Got killers on the inside, I can send a kite. Pop 'em on sight, pop 'em on sight. You will never make it down, I'ma play with your life. I'ma pop 'em on sight, pop 'em on sight. Even in the day, in the middle of the night. Pop 'em on sight, pop 'em on sight. Touch one of these, I'ma play with your life. Pop 'em on sight, pop 'em on sight. Got killers on the inside, I can send a kite. Pop 'em on sight, pop 'em on sight. You will never make it down, I'ma play with your life.